Welcome back. You're watching The Soccer Show, and we'll shortly cross back to Anderson Road for the second half of Port Melbourne versus Altona. And just remember, this is how the league ladder's looking. Port Melbourne are 12 points clear at the top of the Premier League, Greg. It's quite a lead, and it's a good battle between 1 and 2 so far.
Well, Port Melbourne have been earth shakers this season. This match counts in a big way for the minor premiership, the double chance in the finals, etc. If Port Melbourne can clinch it here, they'll finish number 1 on the ladder. They can't be toppled out of the top 3. Very critical. Let's go back to the big game by the bay. As we chill in for a restart. Second half action. Premier League.
A great turn on the halfway line by Giannardis. Here's Soltis. Nick Soltis on his own, waiting for support. Soltis still in the 18-yard area. Cleared away, only as far as Sligos. Here's Dimitrolis. Good shot! Just past the post there from Don Dimitrolis. And that was a great strike. It served him in good stead because he's won the free kick. Altona with it all to do. 1 goal down. And it's Port Melbourne applying all the pressure. And Soltis is onside. Soltis, he's round the keeper. He went down. No penalty according to the referee. And Soltis there, who you have to say willingly went down when he could have scored, I felt. He took the ball past the keeper. There was the faintest of touches from McGrath. Soltis fell to the ground and no penalty. And Port Melbourne may look back on that and rue that particular dive, for want of a kinder word, by Soltis. And it's Altona back here. Offside.
So Altona Magic, they're trying to battle their way back into this game. What was a sunny Anderson reserve is now become overcast and rather chilly as we go deep into the second period of play. Henry Belkowski goes on for Magic. Team has the legs on Markowski, knocks it over the top for Nicky Soltis on the left peg. Well done by Runya Soltis. All he can do is tap it softly into the path of Darren McGrath. And the Altona Magic goalkeeper unleashes it straight away for Markowski, who runs a wide arc around his markers and in fact sees the loose man wide right in Chris M. Shofsky. He'll go long and high, getting forward for Altona Magic is Tom Markowski. He chests it down. What are the options? Markowski loses about 5 metres, swings it in on the right boot, away easily by Dean Fact. Henry Belkowski there oversteps the football. Challenge coming in from Soltis. Belkowski wings out, might lose it a second time, has his legs brought from underneath him by George Georgiades. And it will be a free kick to Altona Magic. 17 minutes played in the second half. Port 1, Magic 0.
And Magic now with perhaps a golden opportunity. A little bit far out for the left foot of Markowski, though. You feel that that will be what they try here. 4 men in the wall for Port for a free kick that's all of 35 metres out. That gives you an indication of the fear and respect that they have for Markowski's left foot.
The question here from the Port Melbourne players is, do you sacrifice a concussion?
Shot. Good shot! Not bad at all from Markowski there. And from this angle, it looked like it was going right in the top left-hand corner of Anastasiadis' goal. And you wouldn't put your money on anyone beating Anastasiadis from that distance, except Markowski perhaps after that effort, and it just whistled past the post.
I wonder who gets to stand in the wall when you're facing a Markowski free kick. Do you draw short straws or something?
Oh, I'd hate to be his teammates at training when he's practising them, because he'd show no mercy there. At least he's not a blaster, he's a cultured left foot. Tried to place it, chipped the wall. One ahead of his opponent in the number 15 jersey, Vasko Tripchevsky for Altona. He's on 13 goals. Great battle at the top of the goal scorers ladder there. Good return too from what will be 20 games, 14 goals. Some of the NSL clubs will be down to check him out for sure. Only a young player, plenty of pace. tidy on the ball as well. Good future ahead for Nick Soltis. And the future for Altona looking bleaker and bleaker by the seconds. But they're forward here. Trzaskowski, still Trzaskowski. What a piece of skill, Markowski.
The flag was up anyway. John Markowski wants to argue the decision. He was through with a chance to score. He didn't put it away anyway. Here comes Spigos up the outer line. For Castellanidis, runs the gauntlet, knocks it into no man's land. Tommy Markowski's there, the ground. Chris Amshofsky round the tackle. Through comes Sabo Rusmir, reefs the ball loose. Nothing happening for Port. Runya clears it on the right boot for Markowski. Arrogating in off the ankle. Fact clears it. Probably had the better of the Jules. Markowski bodies his way in front. John Dimitrelis. Tommy Markowski there, the brother. Wide four. Georgopoulos, sharked by, forgive the pun, by Rusmir. Upfield. Well, they've turned it over again, Port Melbourne. It's almost a mirror image. Each side possession into the front half, but nothing much after that. Long ball forward for Georgopoulos, but offside is called. Oh, hell, now we've got something happen. John Dimitrelis and Danny Matarevsky having words to each other, and in came the big fellow, Simon Machevsky, and they want a bit more of it. Georgie Spigos is in there, toughing it out, and George is only about 3 foot tall. Tom Markowski has a word. The skipper says ease it up, but that's what you like to see, a bit of, you know, a bit of bruising on the football field. It's a man's game, Paul Williams.
Liveliest part of the second half so far, and what happened there, Blakey, I saw it after the play. John Markowski it was who stray boot caught Dimitrelis in the face, and Dimitrelis was down for a good minute. He got up. Markowski was nowhere to be seen, so he picked on the substitute, number 14, in Matarowski, who's probably about the same size as him, and had a bit of a go. Then the two got stuck into each other, and then it was all on, and they're still going chest to chest now. It's like the dance up at the grand final.
Yes, they're just enjoying each other's company now, but they've set the blood a-pulsing now. 1 goal to nil, Port Melbourne lead it by 9 minutes left in regulation time of this match today. It's about time something happened. Like in Paul Williams on deck at Port Melbourne this afternoon. That arrangement is called referee Jürgen Anuish in for a word. They're just discussing the events off the ball, and yes, Dimitrelis and Matarevsky wanting to discuss the issue further. I wonder if Dimitrelis isn't in fairyland at the moment. Does he know actually who it was that gave him one? And, well, finally the yellow card goes the way of Nick Georgopoulos. So he must have been getting the old yabba happening to referee Jürgen Anuish and telling the ref all about it. So he's copped a booking for his trouble.
Meanwhile, Dimitrelis from Port and Matarowski from Altona continue to be nose to nose, chin to chin, eyeballing each other out from about an inch away, and now play goes on. Finally, one dazzling run that he made. Port Melbourne happy to sit back and soak up the remaining time. Georgopoulos down the line. Good play, Altona bursting into the area. Across though was Palomares, and he had to concede a throw. In fact, he's earned himself a goal kick. Less than 4 minutes remaining. Port Melbourne 1, Altona Magic 0.
And you would suspect now it's nothing to lose time for Altona Magic. Want to get that big right foot, whack it down on the accelerator and get something happening. Honestly, they have not looked like they had a couple of half chances early in the second half, but they've gone off the boil since. Here they come with 4 minutes remaining. Altona Magic, Markowski goes one way, then the other. Goes inside for Amshofsky. And here's long-range shot. Takes a deflection balloon. Magic the corner. Vasco Trzaskowski scampers across to take it outer side of the ground, which is now darkened conditions, certainly. Trzaskowski in swinger, difficult one. Header away from the mark. Down for Nichevsky, and the whistle blows. And honestly, no, not what for. It will be a free kick to Altona Magic. And that's the critical element, free kick to Magic, and it will be Markovski. I would stake my absolute, well, next week's wage on it. Markovski brushing the hair back off the forehead. 1, 2, 5 men in the port wall, almost directly in front of goal. About 12 out from the penalty area. Markovski back, hesitates in, booms the left footer under the crossbar. Markovski. And fair dinkum, if you got in the way of that, would have taken your bonds clean off your shoulders. But as it was, just got under it, and about a squiller metre and a half over the crossbar. And this result, should it remain this way over the final 2 minutes of play, will mean the Sharkies almost virtually confirm the minor premiership. Just 6 weeks, still 6 weeks rather, remaining in the regular season. I'll get it right in a minute. Savo Rusmir on the ball. Social club side. Arevsky with the tackle. Rusmir does well to knock it upfield. Here comes Altona Magic again. Is this the last roll at the craft table for Altona Magic? Away by Dimitrilis. One bounce to Paul Harris. Just outside the centre circle. Defensive time. Oh, there's the final whistle. And the Port Melbourne Sharks, an ugly, ugly victory against gallant Altona Magic. And I reckon there is nothing between these two sides. And what may well have been, as Paul Williams said before, a grand final preview.
If someone had said to you before the season started that after 20 games you would still be undefeated and that you would have only have drawn 3 of those 20 games, what would you have said to them?
I can't believe even myself, as I said, because it's a hard task to ask from the boys. It's not 1 week, it's not 2, but the boys, they hold on. As I said, the team is performing well, and it's not only performing well, but we're scoring goals. And it's not copying a lot of goals, which is so it's a very good challenge team, and it's the balance between the defense, the midfield, and the forward line.
And Altona Magic, for their credit today, to make it a great game. They had a couple of shots cleared off the line. They hit the post. They even had a goal disallowed, but they couldn't get past your defence at the end of the day.
As I said, Altona has got a good players, was a good team, and is play European style, which is make very hard for our boys to challenge, but we control the big games like John Markovski and Tom Markovski and Vasco, the top scorer. And as I said, it was very hard for the defenders, but they hold on, even with a little bit of luck.
And of course, just finally on the National League ambitions, your club has put forward a case to the ASF that they would like to move up to the higher level. You see that as the path for the club? Do they have to go down that path?
Team-wise, I can say we are right to go there with inclusion of 2-3 players, but I believe to go in the National League you need a lot of money. Now, if the club find the money, I can make the team.
Takis Vigos, thanks very much and well done today.
Thank you very much, Tim.